So let us begin our meditation this evening, as always, as we breathe inwards, and with the help of our breath, we move deeply into our own beingness, where we come into our I Am presence and become aware of our own self, the self that exists behind the inner world, behind the outer world, a higher consciousness which we connect to every time we move inwards. So we come into our I Am presence, descending from above, through our crown and into our high heart. And as you experience your I Am presence within your high heart, experience or imagine in the deepest inner place of your high heart a single point, a place that you rarely move into, and yet it is from this deepest point of stillness within your high heart that everything can open for you. But for now, we simply relax, we rest, for we know that it can only be given to us by grace. We cannot get it. We cannot go out to receive it. We rest within our being, with nothing to do and nothing to get, simply at peace in this now moment, where everything else can fall away. And already your frequency is rising. It rises of itself. So let us connect to each other within our circle and invite into our circle all those who are not physically present. And as the heart expands and the heart energy moves around the room, you feel the presence of many others here to join us. And we simply relax ever more deeply. So we ask the Arcturians, Helioa, Giuliano, the Council of Elders, the Temple Masters, to please activate the crystal temple for us, as they bring their energies and the structures of light begin to form. And you simply allow yourself to gradually come into resonance with the crystal temple energies. As the temple energies form, your own energy field begins to change. Within this Arcturian blue light, your own aura responds. Your aura begins to fill with blue light. You become increasingly aware of the higher beings that are present here for you. And as you open your heart to them, you feel the gentleness, the kindness, the love. And it's very comforting to you. It feels very healing. And you begin to feel safe, that you can relax here, that you can rest here, and that the harsh outer mask which you've worn for so long can fall away, that you can begin to experience yourself as you truly are. You can be vulnerable here. You can allow yourself to be soft and gentle, tender, vulnerable. That's what Jesus spoke of as being like a little child. For this mask needs to fall away if you wish to enter into the Christed state of being. As the mask begins to fall away, with it, feelings of insecurity can also fall away, for it is this false personality which has contained within it the low self-esteem, lack of self-worth, and so on. But the deeper self behind does not carry these qualities with it, for it knows itself to be a divine being. And you begin to experience more of the divine light of yourself, for the true self must shine through. you begin to experience a certain inner strength, a certain inner confidence, as all the lack falls away. And yet with this strength and confidence also comes humility. And you come into a place where you are able to receive love and light of spirit, which is all around you. So let us return now to the solstice weekend, where the solstice downloads were received through the Stonehenge energy field. As the Stonehenge vortex comes into this room, simply surrender to it. As you relax down into your foundation, your pelvic area, and you feel your connection to earth as you anchor in through this vortex to the core of Gaia. You feel the power of her energy, which rises upwards from her core, and it rises into you. For her frequency is rising. She is becoming more powerful, and you can receive from her powerful ascension energies. So your energy grid flows into hers. As you receive from her, she is also receiving from you. And you allow her energy to rise upwards through your aura and through your central column. For the divine feminine, the Kundalini, from her very core flows upwards into your Kundalini, rising up through your column. As we sit within the Stonehenge vortex, many, many galactics are high above. Many angels and archangels, many starships, many stars and star beings. And from the central sun to Sirius, to Orion, to many stars, including your own sun, the golden white energy of the Christ consciousness arrives to planet Earth and into that very, very core of your own high heart. Through your third eye, you can look at your sun and invite your sun to connect to you as it sends this brilliant golden white light to you, and the gold shimmers around your aura. And your oversoul from high, high above moves down through your soul star chakra, through your crown, activating within the center of your head, moving into your high heart, connecting you to the light of soul, igniting the Christ within. And you experience peace and love and bliss, and all is well. And your consciousness expands into the eternal now, outside of time and space, and beyond limitation. And you breathe it in, and you continue to surrender as more and more of you surrenders. As more and more of the ego self lets go. The divine self becomes ever more present. And the light of your sun sending powerful waves of the Christ energy enters in to your solar plexus. You remember that you cannot get it. You can only receive it. It is given by grace and only love from your high heart can receive this heightened state of being, which we call the Christed state or Christ consciousness. As Jesus Ananda opens your heart for you, as you receive him into your heart, for he is with you now. And as you invite him in, his energy builds within you. His presence fills you. And you feel a heightening in all of your chakras. And you allow his love to wash over you, to melt any resistance, and to raise you. And you let go, you surrender. And this powerful transmission which you are receiving will remain within you. Yet in order to be in this higher state of being, of consciousness, it is for you to return within be within your high heart. So we are assisting you now to come into full alignment as a certain rebalancing and recalibrating is taking place. So simply rest within your foundation. Hold your grounding to Gaia. And feel how your light expands. You also receive the frequencies of peace and joy, which you carry forward to this solar eclipse day. As the new wave brings further unity of the divine masculine and divine feminine, coming ever closer to union. You are receiving a transmission now through your crown, which is mixing with that upward flow which you receive from Gaia. Your sun and your moon a point of reset as the eclipse takes place. You can move your focus now through your third eye, and as you look out into the galaxy, you see that Sirius and Orion are in alignment. They wish to connect to you. As you allow them to connect to you, as you connect to them, you begin to experience your galactic consciousness. And you discover that many fragments of self are coming together, that your galactic self is becoming complete and whole. There are, of course, many stars, star systems, and star beings which you could commune with, but for now, we keep our connection to Sirius and Orion and return to ancient Egypt. And we find ourselves in Luxor, in the Ascension temple of Serapis Bey. As you meet with him, he holds the Ascension flame for each one. His flame now of brilliant white light enters in through your crown and third eye. You experience his presence, the energies of his temple, and that your aura is surrounded in brilliant white light. As he ignites the Ascension flame for you. You may even remember that you were there with him in ancient Egypt. And allow him, with his ascension flame, to raise your frequency as you rise a little higher. And you see before you the new earth, the fifth dimension. And you feel it within your being. And you become so light. It is as if you were floating upwards. Into the fifth dimension, into your fifth dimensional self. Into the new, as all the old falls away. And only the newness of the eternal now in the fifth dimension remains. A return to what you have always known, where you have always been. And you are receiving so much. So many activations. So much recalibrating. And as you rise up to the fifth dimension, so it moves closer to you, and a merging takes place. And you simply allow the bliss, the peace, the love, and the joy to be your new reality. And you remember that you are in the Arcturian crystal temple. The energy is white, brilliant white. As the temple frequency has been adjusted, nothing for you to do, just soak it in, the brilliant light. You let go of all need, of all wanting. So rest a while, relax and enjoy. Commune with the wonderful beings that are with you. And do remember that you are here on earth to be that pillar of light, to hold the light for Gaia, to hold the light for the world, and to send your light out into the world. So experience your light throughout the whole of your physical body. And through your aura, as you become fully present and aligned within your body, anchored into the physical, anchored into the earth, all the way to Gaia's crystalline core. And you remember to breathe. You remember the room that you are sitting in, people that are with you. And whenever it feels comfortable for you, you open your eyes.